Next up on my Steam library we have Deadlight. Deadlight is a indie platform game, side-scrolling platform game, set in a zombie apocalypse scenario. So all you zombie fans, get in there. It's a pretty good little platform game, to be fair. I don't usually like platform games, and they don't usually hold my interest. And I don't usually download, I don't usually buy any game that's listed as a platform game, but this just looked good from the screenshots. It's an Unreal Engine rendered game. There's not too much detail in the foreground on the characters, but the background and scenery is rendered very nicely. And because it's not the sort of cartoony platform game that I dislike, I found myself following the story quite interestedly, and yeah, it kept my attention all the way through. It's a good platform. It's not too hard. There are some hard bits, but it's not like bastard hard all the way through. Like, you're not constantly dying, constantly reloading. Although there are some bits where it was took me like good double-digit tries to get through. But eventually, you know what you've got to do, and it's just a matter of timing it. It's not one of those games where you don't know what you've got to do. It's just, you've got to do this jump, then string these like actions together, and you get through it, and it's just a matter of executing it. And there aren't too many bits that are really hard, but there are a couple, and it's pretty challenging. You do get some weapons, but you don't really do too much fighting in it. You do a bit. You can take down a zombie if it's in the way, but usually you just want to stay on the move. You get some guns, and mostly the guns are going to be used for blowing up things that are blocking your path, like shooting padlocks and shooting things that might release something in the environment that opens a door or something like that. So yeah, it's very much a puzzle platformer game set in the zombie apocalypse, so it's pretty good. I played it with my Steam controller. It's ideal to be played with a controller. If you are going to play it with your Steam controller, you will want to reconfigure the right pad. Instead of having it to mouse move, you will want to configure it to joystick move, because on mouse move the aiming is just doesn't work properly. It doesn't stay aimed when you're moving your thumb on the pad, so you want to configure the right pad to joystick move. You do that by just right clicking the game in your Steam library and selecting reconfigure Steam controller, and then selecting the right pad and selecting mouse move, selecting joystick move instead of mouse move from the drop down menu. Once you've done that, you'll be able to aim perfectly as normal with the right pad. If you're playing it with an Xbox controller, then you won't have to worry about that. Just something you're going to want to do if you're playing it with the Steam controller. So yeah, all in all, quite a good little platform game. If you like platform games in general, you'll probably like this. If, like me, you don't really like platform games, it might still be worth you checking out, because like I say, it's got a good story, and it's not too much of a bastard hard platform game, and you might still get into it. I certainly did. I liked it. Took about 4 hours to complete, so it's not super long either. You get through it if you get your head down pretty quickly. It can be replayed on harder difficulty settings, and each scene can be replayed for faster times and finding more secrets and such. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, you could do that. So yeah, Deadlight, pretty good indie platform game. Check it out.